Okay, so let me ask you something real quick. What are you afraid of? Heights, maybe? Spiders? The dark? Failure? Being alone? Now, here is the question nobody thinks to ask. Where did those fears come from? Because you were not born knowing what a spider was. You were not born knowing what heights meant. You were not born with a concept of failure or loneliness. So where did it start? The answer goes back further than you think, much further. And when you find out what ancient humans were actually afraid of, you are going to look at your own fears completely differently. Because some of what lives in your chest right now has been there for 200,000 years. And you never knew. Let's start with the most obvious one, the dark. You probably think being afraid of the dark is childish, something you grow out of, something irrational. It isn't. Fear of the dark is one of the oldest survival mechanisms in the entire human body. Here is why. For almost all of human history, the dark was not just uncomfortable. The dark was where things came to kill you. Lions hunt at night. Leopards hunt at night. Hyenas hunt at night. Every major predator that threatened early humans was most active in the hours of complete darkness. So the humans who felt uneasy in the dark, the ones whose hearts beat faster when the fire died down, the ones who stayed closer to the group when night fell, those were the humans who survived. The ones who felt perfectly comfortable wandering into the dark alone did not make it. They did not pass on their genes. So what passed on was the discomfort, the unease, the slight panic when the lights go off. Your fear of the dark is not irrational. It is a 200,000-year-old warning system that kept your ancestors alive. And it is still running in you right now. But darkness was not the only thing ancient humans feared. The second fear is one that almost nobody talks about: silence. Not quiet, not peace, complete, total, unbroken silence. To ancient humans, silence was one of the most terrifying signals in the world. Think about it this way. When you are in a forest and the birds are singing, the insects are buzzing, the small animals are moving through the undergrowth, that means everything is fine. Nothing threatening is nearby. But when everything goes quiet, when the birds stop suddenly, when the insects stop, when the whole forest holds its breath, that means something is coming, something big enough to make every living creature in the area freeze. Ancient humans learned this so deeply that total silence became hardwired as a danger signal, and it is still in you. That is why complete silence feels unsettling to so many people today. That is why you put on background noise when you are alone. That is why a totally quiet house at night feels wrong in a way you cannot explain. Your brain is still listening for what made the forest go quiet. It has been listening for 200,000 years, and it has not stopped. But darkness and silence were fears about the environment. The third fear was about something far more personal: being cast out. In the ancient world, there was no greater terror than being removed from your group. None. Think about what it actually meant. You were in a group of 30 people on an open savanna. That group is everything. They are your food source, your protection, your warmth, your entire reason for surviving. Being cast out of that group meant one thing: you were going to die. Alone on the savanna, with no shelter, no fire, no one to watch your back while you slept, no one to help you when you were sick or injured. Death. Slow and certain. So the humans who feared social rejection the most, the ones who felt physical pain at the thought of being excluded, the ones who would do almost anything to maintain their place in the group, those were the humans who stayed alive. And they passed that fear directly to you. This is why social rejection hurts the way it does. Brain scans have shown that the pain of being excluded activates the exact same regions of the brain as physical pain. Being left out literally hurts, not metaphorically, not emotionally, physically, in the same place a broken bone hurts. Because your brain cannot tell the difference between social death and actual death. For 200,000 years, they were the same thing, and your brain has not updated yet. The fourth fear is the one that surprises people most: heights. But not all heights, specifically heights without protection. Researchers have found that humans do not fear height itself. What we fear is the combination of height and exposure, standing on an open ledge with nothing to hold, looking down from an unprotected edge. And the reason is exactly what you would expect. Falls were one of the leading causes of death in the ancient world. No hospitals, no surgery, no way to repair a shattered leg or a broken spine. A serious fall in the ancient world was a death sentence. So the humans who felt visceral terror at unprotected heights, the ones whose legs went weak and whose vision narrowed at the edge of a cliff, those were the humans who stepped back and lived. And here is where it gets genuinely interesting. Studies have found that babies as young as 6 months old show fear responses at heights before they have ever fallen, before they have ever been warned, before any experience with danger at all. This fear is not learned, it is inherited, passed from body to body across hundreds of thousands of years, still running in you like old code that nobody has deleted. The fifth fear is the strangest one, and it is the one that connects everything: strangers. Ancient humans were deeply, biologically suspicious of people they did not know. Not rude, not cruel, suspicious. And for very good reason. In a world of small groups scattered across vast territories, an unknown person was a genuine threat. They might be from a rival group. They might be scouting your territory. They might be carrying a disease your group had no immunity to. The humans who felt automatic caution around strangers, who did not rush to trust, who held back and watched before opening up, those were the humans who survived encounters that ended badly for others. And that suspicion is still in you. That slight tension when you are alone and someone unfamiliar approaches. That instinct to evaluate before you trust. That feeling in your gut that says, wait before you decide. That is 200,000 years of your ancestors staying alive by being careful. But here's the thing about fear that nobody tells you. Every single fear on this list was rational. Every single one was a survival tool so effective that it was carved into the human nervous system across hundreds of thousands of years of selection. The dark, silence, rejection, heights, strangers, all of them once meant one thing: danger. And your body still responds to them the same way it always has. Not because something is wrong with you, because something is very, very right with you. You are carrying the most successful alarm system in the history of life on this planet, built by 200,000 years of people who faced real darkness, real silence, real rejection, real falls, real strangers who meant real harm, and survived because they were afraid. So the next time your heart beats faster in the dark, the next time silence feels wrong, the next time rejection hits you somewhere deep and physical, the next time you step back from the edge without meaning to, do not call it irrational. Do not call it weakness. Call it what it actually is. 200,000 years of your family keeping you alive, still working, still protecting you, even now.